Welcome again. Here we have a video for beginners. Simple sentences for beginners using superlatives. Now, when we want to express ourselves, we need a variety of expressions. And that is what you will learn in this video. You might say that this is bad, but you want to say it with more force. You want to say that it is much worse than bad. Then you use the word worst, W-O-R-S-T. You say that this is the worst thing that could have happened. Instead of saying this is bad, which is quite mild, you say it with more emphasis. You say it with more emotion, more force. These are superlatives. The superlative is an adjective. If you want to know more about it, you can watch the video I have given you on adjectives. Today we are going to see how any adjective can be put into the superlative form. The one thing which you need to remember is we always use the definite article THE, pronounced as the in front of consonant sounds, not consonant symbol, and pronounced as the in front of vowel sounds. Whether the word is spelt with a vowel or consonant is not important. What is important is how it is pronounced. Therefore, we have to look at all the sentences. There are numerous sentences as examples because beginners would like to repeat and remember. That is the most important point about beginners' exercises. If there are many examples, it is a chance for them to listen. You can also read because you will see it on your screen. Listen and read, then you can repeat after each sentence or after the entire video is over. You again watch the video and repeat all the sentences. And then use these sentences in your real life conversations. Please watch the videos completely so that you get benefited by everything that is there in the video. If you watch all the sentences, you get that much better at the use of adjectives and their superlatives. There are certain superlatives which look totally different from the adjective itself. For instance, I told you bad, the superlative is the worst. Then you have a word like good. Good, the superlative is the best. Then you have little. For little, the superlative is least, the least. Then you have much or many. The superlative is the most. In this way, you find that certain words, certain adjectives do not match their superlatives exactly. The superlative is a totally different word, but it is a higher degree of the adjective which we have used. There are other adjectives which are small in size, 1 or 2 syllable. Now, what is a syllable? If you want to know, you have to go to the pronunciation videos. There are videos for pronunciation beginners, which has only sounds, then the mid-level, which has the syllable division, and then you have advanced level pronunciation, which tells you how mistakes are made in pronunciation. So when you want to know what is a syllable, you can go and watch that video in detail. But today I'm going to tell you in brief. A syllable is where you have one vowel sound. So if the number of vowel sounds in a word is 1, it has one syllable. Number of consonants are not counted. If there are 2 vowel sounds, their number of consonants again are not counted. 2 vowel sounds implies 2 syllables. 3 vowel sounds imply 3 syllables. But when I say vowel sound, I don't mean the spelling where there might be 2 letters representing vowel, but pronunciation is only 1. Just now I used the word sound, S-O-U-N-D. Now O-U is written, there are 2 symbols, O and U, but the pronunciation is only a single sound, ow. Ow is a vowel, it's a diphthong, that means double vowel sound, but it is considered as a single vowel. So a word like sound has only one syllable. So adjectives which are one syllable, an adjective like nice, or an adjective which has 2 syllables, an adjective like happy, happy, 2 syllables. A sound is there and E sound is there. Her and a, ha, p and e, p. So there are 2 syllables. So adjectives of 1 or 2 syllables form their superlative by adding a suffix. I have already explained in another video a suffix or a prefix. Now, suffix is what we add at the end. So what you add? est. Now, nice, I gave you the example. Nice already has e, so you have to only add st. So you say, this is nice. This is the nicest lesson, this is the nicest weather which we have had here. So you have est, nic, est. But nice is already there, so you add st. Now happy ends with y. We cannot have y in the middle of a word, so we make it I and we add est. So we say happiest, H-A-P-P-I-E-S-T. 2 P's are there in the original word. Here also there are 2 P's. Y becomes I, you add est. So this is how the word is structured. These are for those adjectives which are small in size. Now let us see examples of this. After that, we will go to adjectives which are more than 2 syllables. The child looks happy. This is the happiest child I have ever seen. Happy is the adjective and the superlative is the happiest. We are busy in the morning. Morning is the busiest time for all of us. Busy is the adjective. The busiest is the superlative of busy. I had some good tea. This is the best tea I have ever had. Good is the adjective and the superlative is the best. Give me a warm blanket. We need the warmest blanket in this cold weather. Warm is the adjective. So is the word cold in the second sentence. The warmest is the superlative for warm. And if you want to make the superlative of cold, then you will say the coldest. You can make a sentence using the coldest. There was little chance of winning. they had the least hope of winning. Little is the adjective and its superlative is the least. This wool is soft. This is the softest wool I have ever used. Soft is the adjective. The softest is the superlative of the adjective soft. Grapes are sweet and juicy. These are the sweetest and juiciest grapes I have ever tasted. Sweet is an adjective. The sweetest is the superlative. Juicy is an adjective. We don't say the juiciest here because already the is used in front. So we just say juiciest. But for juicy, if you alone, it will be the juiciest grapes. This tree is old. This is the oldest tree in the garden. Old is the adjective. The oldest, that is the superlative form of old. My brother is old. He is the eldest among all our siblings. Now the same adjective old is used here, but we don't say the oldest as the superlative. We have a different superlative here, and that is old superlative, the eldest. The eldest. That is what we have here for old. The grass next door is green. This is the greenest grass in the whole neighborhood. Green is the adjective and the greenest is the superlative. The weather is hot. This is the hottest month of the year. Hot is the adjective. Its superlative is the hottest. Your dress is nice. This is the nicest dress you have. The adjective nice has the superlative the nicest. I like new adventures. I must describe the newest adventure I have had. The adjective new has the superlative the newest. This is a rare disease. He is suffering from the rarest disease. The adjective is rare and its superlative is the rarest. The young girl spoke well. The youngest person got a prize for speaking well. Young is the adjective and the superlative of the adjective young is the youngest. You can solve this simple problem. She can't solve the simplest problem. Simple is the adjective. The simplest is the superlative of the adjective simple. I hope you have practiced all the sentences where we have short one or two syllable adjectives followed by their superlative use. This will give your English a great variety. You must start using these in your regular conversation or regular practice of English. Unless you practice every day, you can't benefit. Now we move to the next list, where the adjective is longer than two syllables. It might be 3, 4, or 5 syllables. This kind of a long adjective which has more than two syllables, we cannot add one more syllable est because that becomes very difficult to pronounce. Pronunciation of 2, 3 syllables is fine, but when it is already 3 syllable and you add one more, then it becomes difficult. Therefore, the rule is for a longer adjective, the superlative is made by using the word most. So we say the most. Suppose you have a word comfortable. Comfortable. 4 syllables. So for a 4 syllable adjective, we cannot say comfortabler. Then it becomes such a difficult pronunciation. We say the most comfortable. The most comfortable would be the superlative usage of this. Now you will see many examples of this variety of adjective, where the adjective is long. Now many of you might have problems with the meanings of some of these adjectives. While reading the sentences, I have given you the meanings of some of these words. But in case I have missed out a word whose meaning you personally do not know, then please remember that your dictionary is your best friend. Unless you refer to the dictionary regularly, you cannot learn a language properly. You may learn it approximately, but if you really want to learn it well, then refer to the dictionary often. If you do that, your English becomes that much better. So first practice the words, then after a few days, when you feel that the meaning is stopping you from understanding, then go to the dictionary. Very often it happens that by listening to it many times, you find that it has become clear, that you don't really require any further help from the dictionary. The sentence itself tells you what is the meaning of the word. That variety of learning is natural learning. What a child does. The child doesn't refer to a dictionary while learning the mother tongue. So all of you, please listen to these examples of longer adjectives whose superlatives are with the most, addition of the most. This lesson is useful for me. This is the most useful lesson. The adjective is useful and the superlative is the most useful. These points are important. Some of these are the most important points we have discussed today. Important is the adjective, and the superlative of important is the most important. They gave us delicious food. It was the most delicious dinner I have ever eaten. The adjective is delicious, and the superlative of that adjective is the most delicious. I read an interesting book. It is the most interesting book I have ever read. Interesting is the adjective whose superlative is the most interesting. This is an expensive gift. I got the most expensive gift for my birthday. Expensive is the adjective. The superlative of the adjective expensive is the most expensive. There are ferocious animals in the forest. Ferocious is the adjective. It means frightening or dangerous. A hungry tiger is the most ferocious animal in the forest. Ferocious is the adjective. The superlative of that adjective is the most ferocious. There was a massive landslide in the hills. Massive is very big. This is the most massive landslide I have experienced. Massive is the adjective whose superlative is the most massive. This hotel is luxurious. Luxurious is comfortable, having all the facilities, having all the luxury. This is the most luxurious hotel in this city. Luxurious is the adjective. The most luxurious is the superlative of the adjective luxurious. This is a significant occasion. Significant means having a special meaning, important. This is the most significant occasion for us. Significant is the adjective. The superlative of this adjective is the most significant. The river cruise was enjoyable. Cruise is sailing in the river. You can have a 1 or 2 or 3 days on the river. The river cruise was enjoyable. Enjoyable is the adjective. This was the most enjoyable river cruise for the travelers. Enjoyable is the adjective. The most enjoyable is the superlative of the adjective enjoyable. I am sure after listening to all these examples of superlatives, you will be able to express yourself in superlatives whenever it is required. You must think of all the adjectives you know, make a list of them, and try to put them in sentences and then change the sentences into the superlative form as I have shown you in these examples. I have given you a lot of variety of examples. Now it is up to you to practice. Practice the ones which I have given you in different sentences. Suppose I have said that this is enjoyable. Then you make sentences with enjoyable in other contexts, not only here, not only what I have given you. And then when you have made enjoyable, then you say the most enjoyable and again make another few sentences. In this way, if you practice first the sentences which I have given you, then some more sentences using the same adjectives which I have given you, the same superlatives which I have given you, not using the sentence which I have given. And then making a list of adjectives you know and making their superlatives and framing sentences using all of them. All these are exercises which each one of you needs to do. Now one level is just to listen to the video. That is level 1. The level 2 is how are you going to practice what you have learned in the video. The video is just not for watching. The video is for guiding your practice, to take you forward. After watching many videos, there are many people who are asking, how should I begin learning English? I think now you have many videos where I have told you how you should begin learning English, how to start the process of learning. Therefore, unless you do the exercises I'm suggesting in each video, you will not get any benefit. The real benefit comes only when you do practice. Listening to me for half an hour should imply that you are going to practice for 2 hours, because it should be 4 times of what you're watching. Then you will get benefited. I'm sure your English will improve. Those of you who are watching every video are commenting that their English is improving very much. I want all of you to do that. All the best and thank you.